Hey, what's up, Rec students? Frank here from AFP, and today we're going to be talking about setting up a vocal track on GarageBand for OSX. Now, if you watched my previous video on setting up a guitar track on GarageBand for OSX, there's some similarities in the way we set up the track, so it should be a walk in the park for you guys. So, first things first, I recommend, now that we have our audio interface set up and we've already talked about, the things that we could, the ways that we can economically spend and start up our small recording space, I recommend buying a condenser microphone for recording vocal audio. Now, you could go along the lines of getting microphones like this, where you got like a dynamic mic like an SM57, or you got like one of these, I would say a clone SM58 microphones. This is a Samson. This microphone's probably like 20 bucks. You can record with this and get away with getting pretty decent vocals for like $20-$30. But this right here is the AT2020 Audio-Technica condenser microphone, and this runs used for about 100 bucks, maybe even a little less. I've seen it for like $50-$60, but that's like, you really got to be looking for it. But brand new, this mic can run you anywhere between $200 and $150. Now, these microphones are really special because they capture a little more than what a dynamic microphone captures, and they're powered by phantom power, which really good audio interface would have that feature to use a type of microphone like this. It basically adds 48 volts to the channel that you're using to power the microphone. So let's come to the computer. So I have my microphone set up, and if you can zoom in a little right here, I come down, you can see that my 48 volts button is activated. That's phantom power. It's a little blurry. So now I'm going to turn on my computer. And you might want to just try to center for me. Thank you so much. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to, make sure our headphones are on, and we're going to go to track up here on the top left-hand side. We're going to click new track. And then we're going to want to make sure, of course, that our audio interface is selected, which right here it is. It says that my instrument is connected with the Sapphire. So I'm going to make sure that my input 1 channel is selected. And we're going to click create. Now, I had something already pre-recorded from the last video, and I'm going to just basically sing over that. But I'm going to step over to the mic real quick, and I'm going to just basically see where, you can keep it there. I'm going to basically see where my level is. So 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. I feel like I'm a little hot, and I'm looking at my audio interface, and I can physically see that I'm kind of peaking. I'm very loud. So I'm going to lower the gain. 1 2 1 2 1 2. I'm going to lower the gain to the point where I'm not too loud, and my interface is, telling me that I'm not peaking, but I also don't want to be quiet to the point where I can't hear myself on my headphones, because I don't like to have my headphones very loud when I'm recording in front of a condenser mic, like if I'm recording vocals, because the headphones get picked up by the microphone, because condenser microphones, even the ones that are not so expensive, are extremely powerful, and you can basically hear a lot. So testing 1 2 1 2. I think I really like where my level is on my voice. So as you can see, I already have it set up. If you watched my guitar video on GarageBand OSX, I already have my track header component set up. I got my record enabled. The track is armed, and it's indicating to me that it's armed. And I have my monitors on, which means that I can hear through my headphones. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Now, come to the microphone real quick. Now, the way that you can tell, I have a camera, my own personal cameraman. It's awesome. The way that you can go about recording is, if you're recording a very loud part, you might want to stand a little back. If you're recording very close, you might want to stand, if you're recording a part that's very soft and you're, kind of singing a little in falsetto, you might want to step a little forward, because depending on how loud or soft you're singing, you want to adjust your body and your distance from your mouth to the mic. So just get in a place that's very comfortable. Make sure that your voice is warmed up. I am not a trained singer, so I'm not really good at knowing how many vocal warm-ups there are, but you know, make sure that everything is ready, you know, tip of the tongue, teeth in the lips, you get it. So when we're ready to record, if you do not have a studio engineer, if you do not have anyone like a friend there with you, I would suggest try having your microphone set up really close to your computer so you could have the option of stopping and starting the recording whenever you want. But I don't think you need to be on. I don't think you need to see the computer for me to record if you watch the last video. But if you don't know how to record, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to press either the record button all the way at the top left hand side, which is basically the little red dot, or you're gonna want to just simply press R when you're ready to record. That's a command on GarageBand, so I think that's really cool to know. So I'm gonna go ahead. Now you're not gonna be able to hear what I'm listening to because I have my monitors off and I only have the track, the overall output of the track going to the headphones right now. I do that because I don't want my monitors on while my microphone is on. I don't want to hear, you know, feedback or any type of, you know, disturbance while we're recording. So I'm gonna go ahead and start recording now. So I'm gonna just press my 4-bar counting, and here we go. I'm gonna press R. So you think you can tell? Actually, let's do that one more time. That's the beauty about the digital age. You can start over again. So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail? A smile from a veil. Did you think you can tell? Now you can press the space bar to stop the recording. Come over here, we can put our headphones down and we can listen back to the recording. So I'm gonna now enable that channel where my monitors are on. I'm gonna turn off monitoring because I don't want any feedback. I'm gonna lower, well, you don't necessarily have to lower the gain if you're gonna go in for another take. And this take is gonna be not perfect at all, but this is just for, you know, just to demonstrate a really simple way to set up a vocal audio track. So just make sure all that's on, level, and here we go. So, sorry, that was really loud. Let's lower that. Start from the top. So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? It's pretty clear. I'm not clipping too much. From a cold steel rail, a smile from a veil. Did you think you can tell? And I didn't even move the track volume. I just made sure that when I was leveling my microphone, that the green, which was is the actual physical audio itself, was not passing that fader. It was just right under, and I could record perfectly. I can get really clear audio. Also, let's come back to the microphone. There's something that you can invest in that helps out with the quality of the recording. It's called a pop filter, and you've probably seen them before. They're these little knitted devices that you would put on. They're not electronic at all. Basically, you stand in front of them and they prevent the p and k in your sentences or in your lyrics from being overwhelming to the audio. And it basically, you know, like adds a control. And because if you right now, like as you can see, I was not standing too close to the mic, and I was trying to be mindful of my, you know, the way I pronounce certain things. But if you add a lot of p and k and t in your singing, it comes out in the audio, and it's sometimes kind of hard to mix through. I'm gonna do a video on de-essing in the future and get into all that, but I don't have a pop filter right now, so I try to be mindful of where I'm standing. I try not to be too close to the mic. I try to kind of tilt my physical face a little off to the side, so I don't kind of directly, say the syllables onto the mic and like capture too much of those small pronunciations. But yeah, that's basically how you set up a vocal track on GarageBand for OSX. It's very similar to setting up an instrument track. So if you have any questions, please leave your questions in the comments link, and I will definitely try to respond as soon as I can. And I'm really excited to do more videos on GarageBand for OSX. I'm going to try to do some videos on how to set up electronic devices like a synthesizer and a keyboard to GarageBand for OSX. So keep watching. I'm keep making videos. Have a good one. Have a good weekend.